in these records. And Sawyer knows that her parents live here in Mount Komorebi. Hey lovies, welcome to my corner of the galaxy here in the Celestial Council. Tasha Monet Sims here with another episode of The Sims 4 Snowy Escape. We are here with Sawyer. She has just made it to Mount Komorebi. She is in her little rental and she is tense. She's anxious about moving out. Like, she currently is just in this rental, seeing how it's going to be and if she does want to stay here, depending on what she finds, but she doesn't really know where to start. She's a bit nervous about, I guess you can say, finally meeting her parents. And so she is just going to call her mother, who is her adoptive mother, Laura, and just call and like speak to her. Like, she's like, Mom, I think this was a mistake for me to come here. Like, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't even know how I'm supposed to find them. Like, what do I do? And her mother's just like, Sawyer, calm down. Like, just take the night, take on some sights, just see how you feel about this place, and then go from there because you're really tense and upset. And I don't think this is how you want to meet your parents, right? Like, your father and I can only tell you what we know. And all we know is that your parents were young and they gave you up. We do know that they were locals in Mount Komorebi, so you're likely to find them. But she just wants Sawyer to chill out. And so Sawyer is going to go ahead and she is going to head on over to the bathhouse, because she just wants to take some time and see if she can calm all of her tenseness out. Like, she doesn't want to bring that energy with her. So she's just going to go ahead and travel on over to the bathhouse. So Sawyer has made it to the bathhouse. She has actually never done anything like a hot springs or anything like that before. So she is really excited, a little bit nervous because she's not exactly certain what to expect. Like, this is something like completely new to her. And so she is really excited to see what is going to come of this and just trying these things out. Like, I'm trying her best to like chill. So she's gonna go ahead and she's gonna introduce herself to this person. You're like, yeah, it's a teen, but she's just introducing herself like, hey, hello, are you from here? Oh, and she gave her a nice little respectful introduction. That's cute. So she's just talking to her and she's asking her, like, so, like, how long have you been here in Mount Komorebi? And because Sawyer's tense, like, she's coming off a little rude. But the teen, she's very respectful. So, she's just letting Sawyer go ahead and talk and get her frustrations out. She understands that a lot of times people come to these places when they have things on their minds and they just need to like relax and let these things happen. So she's just going ahead and she's talking to her and she's like trying to like, she's like telling her like, hey, I'm here just trying to figure out things. Like, I'm originally from here, but I don't know much of anything about this place. I'm just trying to get my bearings. I literally just got here tonight from the plane and I'm really tense and nervous because like big things are going to be happening for me here in Mount Komorebi. I can just feel it. And, she's just like, well, Mount Komorebi is a great place. Like, we get lots and lots of visitors, and it's so cool that you're from here and you're finally getting the chance to actually be here. And she was letting Sawyer know that, like, she moved here to be with her grandparents after her own parents died. And so Sawyer is just going to take some time and she's actually going to check in on Emmy because she didn't let speak to Emmy much after she spoke to her mother, and she just wants to, like make sure that Emmy knows and understands that she loves her and she wishes that she was here and could enjoy these things with her. But Sawyer is still tense, and she will be tense for like another 7 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and send Sawyer back to her lodgings and have her just get a good night's rest. And hopefully in the morning, Sawyer will be nice and refreshed and ready to take on the day in Mount Komorebi as she tries to find her birth parents. So it is the next day, and Sawyer has decided to go to a bar that is in a neighboring town from where she is staying. She has basically learned from her time being with the Beckers that when you want to know information about a place, you usually go to the bar and you speak to the bartenders. So she's going to come in here, she's going to have a seat, and she's going to go ahead and just order herself a drink and just talk to the bartender. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. And just talk to the bartender and see if she can find out some information. So she's going to go ahead and order something to drink. And she's also going to go ahead and order herself some food because she did not go ahead and make breakfast or anything for herself today. So hopefully that drink was ordered. I'm not even certain. I hope it was. And she can go ahead and have some fish and chips because it's actually 2 in the afternoon. She had a bit of a lie-in. I don't know what drink is supposed to be hers though. Oh, her favorite drink is white wine. Okay, Sawyer. So she's going to go ahead and she is going to try and introduce herself to the bartender, and she's going to do a respectful introduction as she learned from her friend at the hot springs the other day. Because, bartenders, they know a lot about the towns in which, they bartend. And so, she's just going to go ahead and just be friendly with her and ask her about a whole bunch of different things and just ask her about the town and the people who live here and things like that. If she could ever get a word in, like she's over here trying to talk to the bartender and people just keep talking to her. Okay, so here we go. So we're going ahead and we're asking the bartender, like, just information about, like, things that she knows, and everything. Like, what does she know about the town and, like, the things and places and where she should go? And, she's listening to her and, she's being kind because it's her job. She says, "You are the second person this week asking about that. What's with you foreigners and Thai sticks?" So she may have did a little of a faux pas with her. And so, let her just go ahead and brighten her day, because the bartender doesn't have to speak to her, but she's going ahead and talking. So she's just talking to the bartender and just asking her, a whole bunch of questions and having like conversations and things like that. Basically just letting her like, "I apologize if I offended you or anything like that. I'm just here trying to find some more information about myself in who I am, and I figured that you may know the people who live in this town and you might be able to help me just like get my bearings or anything like that." And so the bartender is basically just, like asking her questions. And so she's just trying to get some information. And she's just like, "If you can tell me anything about like how I could possibly find out about like my family or anything like that, like it'd be great." And the bartender is probably just wondering like what makes her think that she would know her family. And basically Sawyer's just like, "Look, I've been really down lately, like I feel lost, and I've just been trying to figure things out." And so the bartender's just like, "Look, I don't necessarily know who your family is. Like, I couldn't tell you that because I don't know who you are. But if there's anything that you do want to know about like adoptions or anything like that here in Komorebi, like the orphanage that we have was bought out by our local star, and she turned it into a home for her and her family. And so maybe you can head over to that place, and maybe there's something hiding around at what used to be there, but I can't help you anymore other than that. And Sawyer's just like, you know what, that's great, but I don't know who that could possibly be. The bartender wasn't as much help as she thought the bartender could be. Like, she was going to order some food here, but she's just going to finish her drink and then she's gonna go ahead and head out. She's still talking to the bartender and seeing if the bartender will kind of open up, but because the bartender is like more on the proper side and doesn't want to go ahead and give out any information, she isn't saying much to Sawyer. And so Sawyer just went ahead and enjoyed her drink. I'm gonna have Sawyer pop out here and get herself some food, and then she is going to go ahead and see if she can find out about a famous person here in Mount Komorebi who turned an old orphanage into a family home, and maybe she could finally find some information about herself and her family. And sad, I guess you can say. Like, it's just like that brought her nowhere closer to where she thought she would be. And so she's gonna go ahead and she is going to call Emmy and just let me know, like, hey, Emmy, I just wanted to let you know that things aren't going as great as I thought they would. Like, I've just been trying my best to get somewhere, and the only thing I've gotten was some weird responses, like find the famous person in Mount Komorebi who turned a former orphanage into a family home, and I don't know anybody here, so I don't know what to do or where to go. And while Emmy answered, Emmy is a bit distracted. Like, she's just been busy going ahead and working on her career. Like, she misses Sawyer and she still loves Sawyer, but her and Sawyer are kind of going in different directions, where Sawyer is on this path to self-discovery and Emmy is just trying to make it in this world. And so Sawyer is going to go ahead and see if she can just head around town and see things and figure something out. Like, because she doesn't know, like, what else she can do. So I'm just going to have her go ahead and do some nice walking. Maybe we can go ahead and walk and meet some of the locals, and maybe there's somebody who could like give us some information about anything really. And her siblings are going ahead and speaking to her, and oh, that's a male woman. Yes. Let's stop and talk to this male woman. Let's do a respectful introduction. The woman delivers mail. She should know. She would know. She should know. Who? Okay. So, so let's go ahead and be like, hey, I hope this doesn't sound like a weird request, but I'm trying to find my birth parents, and I was advised that I should go ahead and like find the place where a famous Mount Komorebi person has gone ahead and turned a former orphanage into a family home. Would you happen to know of anybody or any place like that? And the the male woman is like, well, there's only one place that I can think of that would do that. I deliver packages to the Edo manor, and I believe at one point the Ito home used to be an orphanage some time ago. Like, if you can find the Ito home, it's in Wakabamori. Like, you may possibly get what you're looking for. And so Sawyer has finally gotten some information, but she feels it might be late to head on over to um their home. So she is just going to call it another night, and then she's going to head over to the Ito home and see what she can find out. So Sawyer has been feeling really depressed, like she looks like she's about to break down and cry at any moment. And then Emmy sent her a text message like, "Hey babe, are you busy? I miss you and want to see you. Can you come over right now?" So Emmy isn't making this easy on Sawyer because she knows how Sawyer feels about her, and she knows that Sawyer is nowhere near home and cannot come over. Emmy has not been asking her about how her search has been going. Emmy has just been not very helpful when it comes to Sawyer and her needs. So she just kind of ignored Emmy's message. Not because she doesn't want to talk to Emmy, she can't find it in her heart right now to deal with that when she feels like she is not making any headway on finding out about her birth parents. And so she is going to go ahead and attempt to find the Ito Manor. She spent all last night on her phone searching up things on a map on how to get there, and she's fairly certain that she knows how to get there. It's just after 8 in the morning. It's almost half past, and while she knows it may be early, like she can't really contain herself, so she's gonna get herself together. Then she's gonna go ahead and head out for the day and see if she can find out any more information that could lead her to her birth parents. So Sawyer has made it to Wakabamori, and she is so sad. If you take a look at her, her lip is quivering and she has tears in her eyes, and she's just really sad about how things are going. She feels like she is never going to find what she is looking for. And then the things that are going on with Emmy, how Emmy doesn't seem to be as supportive as Emmy originally appeared to be. And so Sawyer is just trying her best to figure these things out. And so what did we just walk into? And so Sawyer's going to go ahead and give this man a respectful introduction, thanking him for letting her into his home. And she finds out that this is a teenager and his parents aren't home. So she's just going to go ahead and just talk to him and let him know like why she's here. And so she's just like, "So I heard that this home used to be an orphanage, and I'm just trying to find out if you could possibly um give me some information about this place, like if you know any information about what um this place used to be, who used to run it, like if I could find any records or anything like that." And he's like, "Records? Wait a minute. My parents keep this old box by our guitar in the other, not by our guitar, by our piano in the other room over there. And they say it's like this box with like information from like what this place used to be. They always say that I should mail it out, but I always forget. Like, if you want to go look, you can definitely go look and take a check and see it." And Emmy is nonstop. "Emmy, again, are you coming to see me? You know how much I miss you. I want to see your beautiful face. Oh, Emmy, you are not making this easy." And so here is where the piano is, and I'm not certain where this is here. And this is the box that he was referring to. And so Sawyer has come over here, and she's realized that there are records and birth certificates and everything here for her. And she finds her own information here in these records. And Sawyer knows that her parents live here in Mount Komorebi. And it says the writing appears to have faded away. And so the writing itself isn't there, but inside these records here, she knows that there is some information, and there are names of her actual birth parents. And so Sawyer is actually going to call her mom, and she's gonna be like, Mom, I think I have the information that I've come here for, and I'm going to hopefully finally meet them. And Laura's just like, I'm certain that you will get the information that you need, Sawyer. She's just like, but what if, like, they gave me away because they just didn't want me, and they didn't want me to find them, and I'm making a big mistake. And Laura's just like, it won't be your mistake, Sawyer. And Sawyer's just like, she's so nervous, and she's like, I guess I'll go ahead and I'll find them, Mom. And so Sawyer has found out the names of her birth mother and father in these records that the Ito's son was supposed to mail out long time ago. And she is going to see if she can find them somewhere in Mount Komorebi. And with that, y'all, I'm actually going to end this part here today. I thank you so much for joining me for another episode of The Sims 4 Snowy Escape with our girl here, Sawyer, on the search for her birth parents. If you like this episode, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're feeling so moved, definitely go ahead and share this with your community. If you would like to see your Sims as Townies in any of my LPs, make sure that you upload them to the gallery with the hashtag TMSTownies. As always, I'm sending positive vibes your way. I'm Tasha Monet. See you next time.
Sometimes I feel like I done lost it, and I don't even really know the cost yet. But every time fever's on my mind, you remind my soul that I'm free. I know I can't go on my own. You came so I wouldn't have to go it alone. You took the long road so you could show me home. Found love better than I've ever known. So now I know that I can say you are exalted above everything on the earth that I've seen. Cause I know that my dreams come alive in the love that you promised to me. I'll keep singing your praise, and you know I believe.